So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So it's back to Europa League action tomorrow night as Manchester United travel to Turkey to face off against former Manchester United manager and one of the greats in Jose Mourinho's Fenerbache. And it gets better than that. Former players Fred and Sofyan Amrabat and former Manchester City player Edin Dzeko, with also Saint Maximum and Dusan Tadic involved in that Fenerbahce team. So it's going to be a very difficult game on Thursday. It really is. Going to Turkey is never easy. We found that out last year in the Champions League facing Galatasaray. Yeah, bad memories which I want to forget. So going there is going to take a lot for Manchester United to win, because Fenerbahce are no pushovers, it's hostile, it's toxic over there, and it takes a lot of concentration and to be at your best to win a game like that. Against Porto, we thought it was easy being 2-0 up going to Portugal. We thought we had it in the bag. We thought otherwise, but no. Porto had their own ideas. They came back to draw the game. And so far, it's not been a successful start to this Europa League group stage or campaign, whatever you want to call it. You know, drawing to 20, again, not good enough. A game we have to win. Being 2-0 up against Porto away from home, a game we have to win. Bottling that. 2 points from a possible 6 so far. It's been nowhere near good enough. It's made me angry, really, because this is a competition that we have to go on and win. We're favourites. We need to be winning this competition this season. We've been in it recently where we've not had the best of luck and we haven't won it, so this needs to change now. But the standard the other day against Brentford, that has to be what we see week in, week out. I'll tell you this, there's no point playing like that in the second half, winning the game against Brentford, if we can't build on it. If we can't go to Turkey tomorrow night and beat Fenerbahce. It's going to be difficult, I said that, but we have to go and do it. There's no point beating Brentford if we can't build on it next weekend and beat West Ham. Because then we're back to square one. It's all about building momentum, and this team has to build on it now. We really do. We've not had a good start to the season. We're 10th in the league in the Premier League. I think we're like 21st in this Europa League campaign. And I mentioned it, the fixtures coming up are really, really nice for us. And we have to be getting maximum points now. I wouldn't have said that if we had a decent start to the season. I'd be like, maybe we can get a couple of draws. I probably wouldn't actually, because the fixtures coming up are winnable ones, and ones realistically we should be winning. But we're in a position now where we have to win them to catch up to the others, because we've given them a massive lead. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. Mourinho's going to have a plan. Fred and Sofyan Amrabat are going to pull out 10 out of 10s. We know what's going to happen, and they're going to feel like we're there to be beat. They're going to feel like they have a great chance, considering how we play going away to these type of teams. So they're going to be on it from the front. And Manchester United have to be on it. Concentration levels have to be at an all-time high. We have to perform to the best of our ability. Because there's no chance we can rock up to Turkey and put in a mediocre performance. Absolutely no chance. We can't have that happen. So it's going to be really difficult. I understand that. But we have to go and win the game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts going into it, guys. Are you confident? Are you excited? I'm excited for the game. It's former manager Mourinho. It's Fred. It's Scott McTominay. It'd be great to beat them. But on the other hand, as I mentioned, I'm a bit nervous about how the game can go, knowing what these players are like. But also going into the game, Johnny Evans is a doubt, guys. Johnny Evans apparently won't be available for the game. I'm not too sure if it's down to like an illness or not being able to train properly at the moment. I'm not too sure what it is. But we have heard that Johnny Evans is a doubt. So it looks like it's going to be Martinez back at centre-back with De Ligt partnering up with him. And Mazraoui returning, and also Diego Dallo as well. So we're back to that back four, which we saw a couple of weeks ago before the international break and before the Villa game. So hopefully they can put in a good performance. In the midfield, Christian Eriksen joins Erik ten Hag in the press conference, and that normally states that he will be playing. And of course, Bruno Fernandes is not available for the game. Of course, due to that red card, a silly red card, which he got in the last game against Porto. So for me, it's going to be Casemiro, Ugarte and Christian Eriksen in that number 10 position. Then I am backing Ten Hag to start Ahmad in the game on the right, with Garnacho on the left, and up top Højlund. But you never know what you might see. I think Rashford definitely has a place to start. Whether he does go with Ahmad, on the right, Garnacho on the left, or he of course keeps Rashford on the right with Garnacho on the left. We have to wait and see what happens. I don't think Rashford deserves to be dropped, but also I don't think the treatment of Ahmad right now is right. I think he does deserve game time. I think he's a real key player for us, but again, those decisions have to be made, and I think players just have to get on with it. We have a lot of games coming up, and we do have some good squad depth now, and I think we can rotate when we want to and be confident about those players coming in and making an impact. So it'll be interesting to see what the team is. Of course, Onana are in goal, but I definitely would stick with Rasmus Højlund up top for this one, because I do think he should definitely be our starting number 9. I mentioned it in my last match reaction. He guarantees you goals, and he does have that great hold-up play. He links up play really well, and he has everything you need as a striker, really, whereas Xerxes is just mainly a hold-up play player, does, link up play really well as well, but again, he doesn't really guarantee you those goals at the moment, and until that clicks, I would definitely keep playing Højlund, because it gives you a better chance to win the game, because obviously he's more likely to score goals. So yeah, that's my team going into it, guys. That's what I'm expecting to see. I would have loved to see maybe Xerxes and Højlund play together, maybe Xerxes at number 10 with Højlund up top, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Xerxes really does deserve to start at the moment. In a game like this as well, you want your best team. It's our hardest fixture coming up in the Europa League. It's the one where we can't drop points now. We've lost 2 games already, not lost, but we dropped points in 2 games already, and we need to start picking up points now in the Europa League. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. Fenerbahce haven't really started as the Turkish league season very well. I think they sit like 5th in the league, and they're about 8 or 9 points behind leaders Besiktas and Galatasaray, so they're not really up there right now, strangely, and they do have a lot of talent in their side, so I don't know if they're not playing well. I don't know what it is, if they're getting very unlucky. I'm not too sure what's going on, but they're a team under a great manager who are going to, of course, be up there this season, and of course will go quite far in the Europa League, I feel, with Mourinho in charge. If it was anyone else, I'd be like Fenerbahce. We don't really stand much of a chance, but with Mourinho in charge, we can guarantee you get into the further stages of the Europa League. So I'm expecting them to be seen later on in the competition. But yeah, it's going to be very tricky. I think the last result, they drew 2-2 with Samsunspor in the Europa League, in the Turkish league, and I'm not too sure how they're getting on in the Europa League, actually. I think they dropped points in their last game. I may not be too sure on that, but I have a feeling they did drop points, or they have dropped points in the Europa League. I think they've won 1 and drew 1. But don't count me out on that, because I may not be right. But yeah, I'm expecting their big boys to start. I'm expecting Fred, Sofyan Amrabat, Tadic, St. Maximin, Dzeko, all to play a part in the game. Defensively, they're not the best. They do concede goals. And with our attack and how much it was firing against Brentford, it should breed a lot of confidence. And I want to see that exact same tempo again going into this game on Thursday. So my final thoughts going into the game, as I mentioned, we got to win this game. It's Mourinho in charge. Your former manager, it's Fred, it's Sofyan Amrabat. You don't want to lose to those. You don't want to get embarrassed in Turkey again. You don't want to get embarrassed in the Europa League again. You don't want that to happen. So I'm desperately hoping we can turn up, put in a strong performance, keep the standard how it is at the moment, and, go there and really show ourselves and what we're about. That's what I want to see Erik ten Hag do now. So I'm going to go Manchester United to win this one. I was going to say 2-0. But I think we may concede with their threats that they have. So I'm going to go 3-1. I don't know why I think we're going to score 3 goals away in Turkey. But that's just what I'm being told. That's what my head is telling me. I'm going to say 3-1 Manchester United. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to say out there 3-1 Manchester United. And hopefully we can pick up 3 points. But remember, guys, to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.